main lesson is this. Knife defense training is training. It's a map. It's blueprints. But remember this. The map is not the territory, and the blueprint is not the building. Okay? It's the guides, you know what you're working with. You got to be creative within what happens. That's the main point. So, all your techniques are to get you to a certain level, but then you have to learn how to play. And so we know once we have contact, you know, he went in. If he went in, he's coming out. Pull out. And if he went out, he's coming back in some way. Right? He went in, he's coming out. They come back in somewhere. So it's in and out, in and out. So it looks like this. Right? If you don't know what you're doing. Right? So we want to make sure, by the way, even that, watch, just slow motion, he comes this way, right? I hit him same time, right? After a little stop in the game, right? And then I can continue also. So don't just focus on the knife is coming. Okay, there's a head behind that knife. Right? There's a body behind that knife, especially your head. Right? So if you have good technique, you've been training properly, come slow motion, when you do this, pow! You won 90% of the battle. As long as you don't hesitate. Because this opening doesn't last for long. So here, pow! We got loss of balance physically, right? Loss of balance mentally. Just for a second or two. Right? And when that happens, you got to do your thing. So be aware of that. So once you get to this point, then you do what's called pressure testing. Then you test with a little bit of pressure. Okay? Light pressure, then medium pressure, then heavy pressure. Right? Now when you do heavy pressure, you got to be careful because that's where damage happens if you're not properly trained. If you haven't been taught correctly. So heavy pressure has to happen when you have the right technique. So what's that mean? Okay, so you learn basic knife defense. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Knife on the throat, number one, right? You're going to start with number one, knife on the throat, okay? How do you make that happen? Without telegraphing, what's the right hand position? How do you shift your body? How do you make a triangle, right? How do you use your legs and hips to do the technique? Right, inside and outside, then you do it a little faster, right? Then you do number two, right? Where it's coming to your throat, and you learn how to intercept that. Then you do it high and low. So then once you have that, you do the same thing as number one again, right? You did it outside, you also have to know how to do it from the inside. You have to be able to do both sides. You got two people, one is here and one is there, then it makes sense to come on the outside. If one is here and one is there, doesn't make sense to come this side, now this guy's behind you. So you have to come to the inside to avoid this guy, right? To get to here. So you gotta have both sides, yin and yang. Extension and contraction, yin and yang. Any martial arts that's not balanced runs into problems eventually, so remember that. You got to work with yin and yang, inside and outside, straight line, circular, hard and soft. Okay, now, so once we have all that, then we start doing knife drills. So a knife is just here, just put the knife here, right? And I do my drill, right? And he does his drill, right? So we drill number one, we drill number two, we drill number three, we drill number four, we drill number five. Okay? We can drill all as far as we want to drill. Up to knife defense 45. We drill, right? Back and forth. Then we do, next level, the same thing with the takedowns. Then the same thing after takedown, next level, then we do with throws. And the last, how to do with breaks. Ends up being break, throw, and takedown combined. Right? We have that, then we do the advanced knife drills. So now, the techniques are coming. We do number one, we know what's happening. We do number two, we know what's happening. We do number three, we know what's happening. Number four, now it's more random. Don't know too much what's happening. And number five. Once you have five, you're pretty much good. 6 and 7 is much. That's later on. It's much harder because that's the one where you grabbed and repeatedly stabbed. Okay, so that requires some good training. But even before you get to that, then once you have the advanced knife drills, then you do little medium pressure testing, medium fast, right? And then you start doing heavy pressure testing. Now, when you do heavy, expect to get cut a lot. Just like you start out playing baseball, you're going to strike out a lot. You start out skateboarding, you're going to fall a lot. That's how it works. So you start getting stabbed a lot. But every time you get stabbed and cut, you learn the angle that you're getting stabbed and cut. And every time that happens to you, you get experience. And that's how you deepen your understanding and you heighten your skill. But at the same time, everything takes time. This plant here, they planted the seeds, they watered it, they gave it sunshine, and they let it grow. They didn't water it and try to pull it out the ground and make it grow faster. It would damage it. That's not how it works. Right? So, when you hear Taekwondo, Aikido, Judo, Kendo, Hapkido, what's the do? The do is the Tao. What's the Tao? Everything in nature. Everything in its natural form, the way things are. Everything is interwoven. There's certain laws and principles that apply to everything. Now, one is this: you cannot make that grow any faster than the Tao says. So the same thing when you're stretching, people hurt themselves because they push it, saying you're trying to get stronger. People hurt themselves, they try to push it. They're out of alignment with the Tao, out of alignment with the Do. So the Do in all these martial arts actually means the natural order, the natural way. So the same with these techniques. What do? You water it and you give it sunshine. So what's watering it? You practice. Okay? You don't underwater it. You don't overwater it. Right? You give it the right amount of water. And after that, what else do we need? We need sunshine. Right? What's the sunshine? Okay? You see your instructors, your teachers. They shine on you, right? And they give you stuff to help you to grow. And there's one more element, the earth. That's your dojo. That's your dojo. That's what you train. Make sure it's rich. Make sure it's healthy. And you will grow strong.